Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Oh, lay up, man. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bright orange, beautiful future.
Yeah.
Skies on fire, but my heart is cooler. Face so loud, can't move up. Love so strong, it moves you. We've been down, but we rise and bloom. Every tear made room for truth. Now we shine with a brand new hue. Bright orange, beautiful future. Oh, shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Oh, shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on.
Sunrise kiss my fears goodbye. Grace just go across the sky. Yesterday left, but I know why. It had to die, it had to die.
New breath, new rhythm, I'm free. Past don't own no part of me. Like broke chains invisibly. Now I see.
Now I see. Ooh, I feel the flame inside. Ooh, no more compromise. Got wings, I'll fly. This is my time. Ooh, I feel the flame inside. Ooh, no more compromise. Got wings, I'll fly. This is my time.
Bright orange, beautiful future. Yeah. Skies on fire, but my heart is cooler. Face so loud, can't mute up. Love so strong, it moves ya. We've been down, but we rise and bloom. Every tear made room for truth. Now we shine with a brand new view. Bright orange, beautiful future. Yeah. Faith looks good on you. Barefoot joy on the summer street. Every prayer got a steady beat. When I sing, heaven taps his feet. Feel that heat, we don't chase, we just align. Love and peace in every line. If it glows, then it's divine. This is mine, this is mine.
Hands up high, paint the sky. Glory rolls in your eyes, no fear, no lies. Just paradise.
Bright orange, beautiful future. Skies on fire, but my heart is cooler. Face so loud, can't mute up. Love so strong, it moves you. We've been down, but we rise and bloom. Every tear made room for truth. Now we shine with a brand new hue. Bright orange, beautiful future. Oh, shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Now we shine on. Shine on.
I was born in a dip, made for the climb. Learn how to shine in the darkest time. Didn't fold, I stacked every line. Now my name ring bells like a Bitcoin sign.
Born in a dip, built for the rise. Didn't need wings, just faith to fly. Every low taught me how to glide. Now I'm on walk past what it lies. They panic, I'm planning.
eternal baller. I stayed and I stacked it. Yeah, crush. Oh, hey, hey, crash came hard, I ain't blink once. They sold dreams, I brought my truck. Cold nights, ramen in my cup. Now it's mango mimosas when the sun come up. Talk down, but I'm fluent in pressure. Every block built me up like a legend. No fear, just fire in my sector. Now I got value, not just texture. They laugh when I said I'm the next wave. Now they asking me how to behave. I didn't fold, I just paved the wrong way out of pain. Now I was born in a dip, made for the climb. Learn how to shine in the darkest time. Didn't fold, I stacked every line of my name. Ring bells like a Bitcoin sign. Born in a dip, built for the rise. Didn't use wings, just fake the fly. Every low taught me how to glide. Now I'm gonna walk past when it lies. Bear talk, I'm muted. Told out, reboot. Locked in, no snoozing. This Lambo life I'm choosing. I remember nights, no light, just charts and fights. But I kept my faith alive. Now I thrive, now I walk. Call me the ball. Girl in the trenches with a Bitcoin song. Call me the ball. Hey, girl from the trenches with a Bitcoin song. Hey, hey, I ain't chase clout, I'm on my grades. Was on trend, I ran my pace. Now it's AP time to West Day, and I still got up for the bear market phase. Back low, now I spend bold. Digital gold, never getting old. Real one, I ain't fold. I was fortunate, now I grow. I was born in the dip, yeah, made for the climb. And fold, I stayed on time. All pain turned to design. Now I shine, got on press and rewind. Born in the dip, built for the rise. Didn't need hype, just for the vice. Now I pop like New Year lights, and I still say buy low, hold tight.
Yo, happy, what's today? I don't even know what today is. Happy Thursday, everybody. Bitcoin Chris checking in yet again. And what we're going to do, we're going to jump into the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price. You can still head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 free Bitcoin. Make sure you're stacking up on Fold. And just make sure that you're stacking up more Bitcoin each and every single day. So right now, we're looking at the 5 minute, but we're going to jump over to the daily because I actually just tweeted about these levels. So now I'm going to go over the levels with you guys again here live. We came up to 98 to just about 98,000 just to keep it simple. And then we reversed all the way back down here to 94. I'm sorry, 84. I'm saying 97 down to 84,000. If we lose this line, this trend line here, or the support level here, it's just like a flag, like I was saying, but it pretty much faked everybody out. Clapped up all the shorts, got all the longs excited, and now it's clapping up all the longs, and we came straight down. So we do have a red dot on the daily, which is not looking too good. On the weekly, does not look good at all either. We could come down to support, which is about 80,000. And then if we lose 80,000 down to 73, and that should be our support, to be honest with you. Maybe come back down and touch these lows. That'll be our double bottom. And then we head higher. This could also be a head and shoulder. Depending on how you want to look at it. But again, it's not looking too good for BTC right now. I think I have these levels marked off already. So let me see if I can remove some of this. Okay, I also mentioned that we could come down to this 200-day moving average, which I think would move up to about 60,000 anyway. So 60 to 68,000. I know it's $10,000 range, but we just went from from 94 to 84. So we have $10,000 ranges that is not unfathomable or not unlikely to happen. Here, $10,000 candle, basically, or $9,000 candle. Boom. Basically, 10,000. So just be aware of these things. Again, we have a red dot on the weekly, so that's not good either. You want to make sure that you're looking at the higher time frames because the higher time frames is going to give you, the best outlook of what's going on. We're looking at the monthly right now. Monthly is, look at this. Boom, we had a monthly red dot. We came down, flagged, pop, monthly red dot here. Came down like a little flag, popped, red dot as well here, but now the momentum is just completely under. It's coming down. So even on the monthly, it's not looking too good as far as if you're trading. We're going to jump into CoinGlass as well, but as of right now, I mean, it's good for those who understand what Bitcoin is because you'll be able to get obviously more sats at a discount. So if you don't know what you're if you don't know what you are, accumulating and buying, then of course you're going to be, or if you're over leveraged, or if you bought the top, even if you bought the top, way up here, as long as you're DCA and you're accumulating as we go down, no matter what the price is, as long as you're accumulating, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about because the goal is to just accumulate as many Satoshis as you can, stack as many sats as you can. So the monthly looks crazy. Look at that, the monthly. Now that I'm looking at it, it's a crazy wick to the downside. So again, if we don't hold here, where we're at now in this line, this trend line here, 83, 80, I would say 83. If we don't hold 83, it's down to 80, 81. If we lose 80, 81, it's down to 70, 70, 70, 75, 70-ish level. If we lose 75, 70-ish level, again, I'm sticking with my guns and saying that we could come down lower. And I actually want Bitcoin to come down lower because I want to stack more, right? Because I was going through my timeline and I would see how many Satoshis I was able to buy a couple years ago, or even because I don't know if you guys know, I've been in Bitcoin since 2017, 2016, 2017. So even though I didn't understand it back then, looking back at how many Satoshis you could buy back then versus what you can buy now, right? It's much, 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 much smaller. You get much, 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 much less Satoshis, right? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into, I think I did MicroStrategy, but on the timeline, but I'll do it again here. And I'll look at DXY, which is crazy because if DXY has been the lowest it's ever been, or it's breaking to the downside, and then all assets are still breaking down as well. Something must be going on, or the algos are just going crazy. So I don't know what's going on because I really don't. I try not to pay attention too much to the news because it's really annoying dealing with the news. But you can't really get away from it anyway. Because once something happens on the timeline, it's spammed on the timeline. So I haven't really seen anything crazy that would cause such a dump. Maybe because of Jerome Powell's speech yesterday. I'm not sure, but let's continue. A 4-hour looks horrible. Look at this. So Bitcoin is not going to recover all this, right? This is so much strong selling pressure right here. And if it does reverse, which I don't think it is, that would be a strong and crazy reversal. But we literally just took a dump. A lot of selling pressure here. So the amount of buying pressure to alleviate or to eliminate this elephant bar, which is what Oliver calls these bars, right? These are elephant bars. you gotta understand, like, this is a lot of people. This is like big money making these moves. So us, the normal person, even multimillionaires, right? We're not able to move markets like this. This is like institutional money or the whales, right? Doing this, right? So keep that in mind. This is the 4 hour, not looking good. 1 hour, we're going to jump down here to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour, not looking good. Lost the money flow here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and ever since then, we have our X came straight down. Again, support is down here at 84.5, and I would not be surprised if we came down there. And again, this looks like a flag anyway, which is what I think I was saying that on. I don't think I said it, but I'm going to say it now. It looks like a bear flag on the daily, or was it the weekly? Um, yeah, the daily. This looks like a bear flag. So, which I think I've already did this, um, but it popped up again and made everybody think that it was going to go higher. I already said this a couple videos ago that I think we're going to go down lower, but then we popped up and I gave a couple targets. We hit the targets and then we came down, came right back down. So definitely looks like a bear flag. And if that's the case, again, we could come down to again, right where I was saying, right at my targets. So hopefully we come down there because I want cheaper sats. I want more. I want discounts on Satoshis, um, and then you can't forget that every time there's a Bitcoin conference, which there is the Bitcoin conference this year, Bitcoin dumps as well. So I'm not even sure when the Bitcoin conference is. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go, um, because instead of spending money, it's fine if you go, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You do what you want. But anyways, let's jump into MicroStrategy because I also did that, and then let me do DXY first. Because what's the dollar doing? If the dollar's pumping, that would make sense. If it's dumping, this doesn't make sense. Oh, you brought me to MicroStrategy still. Okay. Whenever I do restream on my MacBook Air, this this my browser just acts super slow. Probably doesn't help that I have like 20 tabs open as well, so bear with me. All right, MicroStrategy, not looking good. Like I said, I tweeted this out already as well. We do have that support where we're bouncing at here, which is that low of 140, 41. So again, you have super strong sells, super strong sells. You broke down past this. Look at that. I had this support level here. Boom, we came down a little bit over here, bounced up, bouncing. Of course, if Bitcoin dumps, everything associated with Bitcoin's going to dump. If Bitcoin pumps, everything associated with Bitcoin's going to pump. So here you have the break of the support level because here it touched here, here. Broke down a little bit under here, came back up, here. Look at all these touches, right? All these touches even way back here. Boom, touch. And then we come right back over here. Boom, first touch, boom. So now that we know that that's our support level, we're looking at that level, right? And then today, that was today, right? Today at 9:30, flush. So 155 to 143. You could have made some money, obviously, if you're shorting MicroStrategy. Let's look at the weekly time frame because I've been charting MicroStrategy for a year now. So I've actually called a lot of these levels out a long time ago, and it's playing out. So it's good to see that the TA is on point. But the daily, right here we're at support, If we lose where we're at, we're coming down to the next level of support, which is 117. Let me look at the weekly. We're at the 200-day moving average on the micro strategy. So if we can get a bounce here, that'll be good. If not, we're coming down to 117, like I mentioned. And it doesn't surprise me that the price is going to go down because they're selling the stock, right, to buy more Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Even though there's other vehicles and other um, securities that are issued by MicroStrategy, I think they're still selling, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, why else would the price continue to go down besides it being correlated to Bitcoin, right? So besides that, of course, but I think they're still going to sell. But I may be wrong, Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. DXY, let's jump into it. If you were trading futures today, gold, silver, NQES, I was trading IWM today. Everything was just bearish, so you could have shorted or done puts on anything today. Not anything, but what we just talked about, right? SPY, QQQ, IWM, BTC. We got MicroStrategy. I'm sure there's others. I saw Microsoft was super dumpy. So, you got to look at the charts and see what's going on before, you make a decision. So here we are. Where we at? We have this wick down here. We do have this red dot here, which coincides with this red diamond from last week, and this is a new week. So I expect this to continue down, but this is probably just your bounce. Start probably forming out another flag. So let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We're on the daily time frame. We're at support right here. We broke support up here. We're at another level of support down here. And then if we lose here, next level is 96. 347. Lose 347. We're gonna come down. All right, so that's that. Let's look at what else did I? We're not talking about. Gold was a crazy dump today. MQ was a crazy dump today. All right, we're looking at gold. We're going parabolic. Gold's definitely been on a run. Super far away from the 20 and the 200, so I'm expecting a nice pullback. Look at all the stuff that I have from way back then. Let me clear some of this up. Would you look at that? This is only a couple days, man. Since the beginning of the year, gold has been ripping. So the fifth, if you would have went long gold and just held, whew, you'd have made some bread. But as you can see here, we had our green dot here on the 6th. We just kept riding. So the 200 is down here. We have our 20 here, and we have our asset here. So when these things are very far away like this, you could definitely expect it to possibly. It's definitely not going to come straight down, but you can definitely expect it to Start to come down and test the 20. And then if it has a strong candle to the downside, then you can definitely expect it to touch 200, but the 200 will probably be up around, up around here, depending on what's going on. So we're going to have to watch gold. I know silver was. Let me zoom in real quick on gold. So hurry up, Trader V. What's going on, bro? Annoying. There it is. I mean, if you trade in futures, I got clapped up last couple of days trying to short gold and silver because one silver contract is like, if it moves a little bit, it's like $700 for like, I don't know the actual like points or how much every point moves and how much that equates to, but I got clapped up because I went short. It went my way, then it popped up. So I was negative, and I was like, all right, let me get out. And then it went down, and went my direction. I'm like, okay, well, I just got clapped on that. And then on gold, it did the same thing. I got clapped on that. So it's like, man, I don't even like trading silver or gold, and I'm not going to trade silver or gold anymore. All right, so I think we're going to start to reverse. Look at NQ. Look at that, man. If you're just trading NQ and you just went short, look at that. Boom, straight down to the 200-day moving average. If you're using these indicators, which is the posty pivots, look at that. Reverse, reverse. That's your double top. I mean, this is your high. And then we came down. We didn't make a higher high. Made a lower high. Came back down. Made a lower high here. Well, technically, did we do it? Or equal high? Nope, lower high. And then look at that. Came down under the 20. We have our red dot here, giving you the indication on top of the bearish reversal zone. And that could have been your target. Ooh. Your target could have been, but it came all the way down to target 2, boom, and then it came all the way down to the 200-day moving average. So, like I said, shout out to Oliver. That's like my favorite, one of my favorite traders, because he just simplifies trading so much with just the moving averages, where you don't have to have 1,000 things or worry about ICT. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any other way of trading. There's trend line trading that works. There's a bunch of things that work. I think a lot of these things are the same things. It's just the way that people want to do TA, right? So here we're reversing pretty good on NQ, but we're at that 200-day moving average. So what could happen is we either come up to this moving average, I think it's a 9, and then we can head back down, or we can just reject here from the 200-day moving average, and then we can come back down and touch the low. Is that the low right there? Look at that wick. All right, so this wick here, 25.3, but we do have support here, so I need to draw that support line. Look at that, which is up perfectly. Support, 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 support. So we could, That could be the liquidation cascading effect to get everybody up out of their positions, and then they send it higher. But based on looking at the 1 hour, let's look at the 4 hour. Sure, it looks horrible. And then we'll look at the daily. We'll jump into Coin Glass next. See what's going on with BTC and these liquidation levels. Because I talked about this a few weeks ago. So as you can see here, we're at the 200-day bounce on the 4 hour. All right, but we still have bearish momentum. And look at this red dot here on Wednesday, which is your reversal day. Ooh. Came up a little bit over the day, and then continue to proceed to the downside. So here we're at the 200-day moving average. Just watch that. Looking pretty bearish. So just be careful. But you can definitely take some trades to the upside if you're about that life. All right, so let's jump into CoinGlass to see what's going on with these liquidation levels. Let's see what y'all degenerates have been doing over the last month. So check out these liquidation levels. $212,000 trades liquidated for a total of 800 million. 805 million, I apologize. The largest single liquidation happened on Hyperliquid for 31 million. Damn, bro. Put a stop loss in, bro. What's wrong with y'all? That way you have something versus nothing. Liquidation max pain. What's this? Let's look at this. I never seen this. Or did I see this? But I didn't know how to read it last time. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks. Let's go to the. I like to do. I'll do weekly and then I'll do monthly. I don't like to get the short-term data. That's really irrelevant in my opinion. So looking at BTC, it says short max pain is going to be 91,000. Long max pain is going to be 83,000. What did I say earlier? Around 83, which is where we're going to come down to as one of the targets, right? So that would make sense. So boom, that's how we do that's how we analyze and determine what we're going to do. Let's look at the monthly time frame here. See if that changes anything. 83, 96. So now I like to look at this though. I like to use liquidation maps. And I remember going over the liquidation heat maps was dope. I like the version 3, way better than all the other versions. And then here we are looking at the daily. So now it's Binance here. We're going to go down to the monthly. All right, so over the last, over the last 30 days, this is the actual liquidation leverage on both sides. So here we're looking at shorts. 100,000, we got 11 billion in shorts to be liquidated. And then here at 75,000, we only have 1 billion right now. I think a lot of people just got liquidated anyway, which we just saw. Yeah. So max pain is to the upside. So that would make perfect sense if we reverse and start to head up, to reverse and clap up all the bears. Especially seeing that it's almost $12 billion in shorts, accumulated together. So we'll see how that plays out. That would definitely bring the price higher. But again, we could probably come a little bit lower. If we liquidate and cascade off, it can come down to 83 and lose 80. And we could definitely get them crazy wicks to the downside and maybe touch 77, 78, 75, and then straight to the upside after smacking up everybody that's over leveraged. So that's my point of view on that. We'll look at the heat map model 3 because I do like this one. It only shows Binance, huh? Oh no, we can change it. Just Does Binance have the largest volume? I'll ask Grok or something. I'll ask Grok or another LLM, but I don't know why it doesn't give you the option to just look at all platforms. But I'm assuming it is because it's number one, but I could be incorrect. I think Binance is number one, and then Bybit will be number two, but I'll verify that. Damn, that's not good. It's just you gotta look at the market structure. It's a bearish market structure. This is up, coming down, up. You gotta look at the market structure. Look at this. You can tell this is a bullish market structure. And now we're entering high, lower high, consolidation, dump, flag, dump, consolidation, dump. This would probably be like the rising wedge or the trend line you would draw here as soon as you broke, dump. So it's just a bearish overall trend, which in my opinion, I think is really manipulated. I think that a lot of the banks are trying to get in at a discount now that they have the opportunity and the green light from the regulatory agencies, the government officials, all that good stuff. Everything's all getting set up now, so I think they're pushing the price down, or at least suppressing the price, whether through BlackRock or whatever the case may be. Right? I think they have their hands into the manipulation of the price. Because honestly, there's no reason for Bitcoin to be at these rules. Bitcoin should be much, much, much higher regardless. But again, we're pricing it in pieces of paper that are losing currency. So I don't really like pricing things in dollars anyway, because it's a flawed measurement of the actual value. You're supposed to use Bitcoin as your unit of measurement, not the dollar. Because Bitcoin tells you the truth about what's really going on, right? So when you understand that, it's a whole different ball game, and I think I can do price in 21 price in BTC. Let me look it up. Here it is. So again, like a lot of people, it's dope to see a lot of people, come to the realization of stacking Bitcoin, but it's like there's levels to it in my opinion. And since I've been in the space for such a long time, like seeing, and I was that person too, right? Like once you start to get into once you start to learn about Bitcoin and you just want to save in it, you just want to do what you can to do that, but you have to do, in my humble opinion, I think you have to do more than just save in Bitcoin. I think you have to start a business that creates cash flow, or if you got a good job, then that's fine. But there's also things that I recommend you do, like even if you don't want to go crazy into a business, still start a business, because you can get business credit, and then you can use that capital to buy Bitcoin and just be, like Michael Saylor says, if you want to be the richest dentist on the block, you just invest in Bitcoin and you'll be the richest dentist on the block. You feel me? So I think it's a lot of things that a lot of people don't really understand. And I've been telling people for a long time, hey, AI is coming to take your jobs. And every week or so, we see Claude updates. We see, Grok is really, really good. I like Grok as well. I personally use Manus a lot. Chat, obviously, I've been using Chat for like 3 years now, which is crazy because it doesn't even feel like it. So they have all this data on us, and they have like a lot of they have learned a lot from the last few years, and it's only going to be exponential. It's going to grow exponentially over the next few years, right? And then imagine what AI is going to be like in 10 years. You feel me? So with that being said, you think you're safe at a job when you're really not safe at your job unless you're doing like hard labor. And I'm not a pro hard labor worker. I mean, you can. I'm not against it, but I'm not. So that's not something I want to do. I'm not going to be working my body to death when I can use my brain and create assets or invest in assets that's going to pay me way more and way longer than I can work, right? Because I'm not going to be physically be able to work on a roof if I'm a roofer my whole life, right? And if I'm not saving in Bitcoin, all that I've worked for, you know, it gets diminished in value. So it's like you're really working against yourself. And on top of that, you know, on top of that, again, you're only going to be able to do so much at your job. So why would you limit yourself to the creative financing aspects of, again, starting a business, getting business credit, which I've been telling people for 6 years now, which is crazy. And the same thing with the BTC, right? I've been telling people about Bitcoin since 2019, 2018. You know, after I understood it, because I was talking about it during 2016, 2017, but I didn't understand it until I started listening to Max and Stacy, and then I started to read, and then I did my due diligence. So, and I recommend everybody do the same. But I see a lot of people online, they're like mad comfortable with, in my opinion, they're comfortable with their job and with a 401k, which is tied to the stock market, which, you know, once this, because it's going to crash, right? The markets are definitely going to crash. I don't know when, but it's definitely going to crash. So why would you have your, you know, your life savings or your 401k tied to the market, which is, yes, it's going to go up, and yes, I understand that they're matching you, whatever the case may be, but even what I'm talking about now, this is nothing new. If you've been following me for a few years now, you know I don't like 401ks. If you've been following me for a few years now, you know that I talk crazy about the 401ks because of the fees. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe for me. Let me share this tab. I didn't even share the tab. I didn't even share the CoinGlass tab. Oh my goodness. Or did I? No, I didn't. Wow. It's all good. I'll go back to CoinGlass in just a second. So this is what you're seeing now. Hopefully, you guys. You know I don't like. Yeah. So I don't think I was able to show you guys CoinGlass. I'll go back to CoinGlass in just a moment. All right. So here's priced21.com. Went on a little tangent there, but just want to give you guys, you know, the real. So here, everything priced in Bitcoin, right? You're not supposed to be pricing things in dollars. You're supposed to be pricing things in Bitcoin because if you do it the opposite way, you're not getting the truth of what's really going on in the economy. And that's why Jeff Booth says the true state of the natural, what is Jeff Booth? The natural state of a free market is deflationary, right? Which means everything should go down in price because of technology, one, and because of entrepreneurs that want to make money. Everything should be going down in price, right? Because they're going to find a way to do it better and cheaper to win your business. So that creates competition, which creates a cheaper and a better, you know, product or food or whatever the case may be, right? So if you understand the little things like that, it makes a big difference. I hope this is making sense to you. But if you look at, we're here looking at pricing21.com. The US dollar from a 5-year time frame is down 60%. So that means over the last 5 years, right, your dollar lost 60% of its purchasing power. Basically, you buy 60% less Bitcoin with the dollar based on my perception and analysis of this, right? So if we do max, it's lost 99.46, and we got a lot more to go, right? So that should just show you. That should just show you how, again, we're pricing everything in the wrong unit of account. You're pricing everything in the wrong thing. We're looking at gold. We're going to do max on everything. If you max out on everything since Bitcoin's inception, everything trends to zero against Bitcoin, which is also what Max says. And also, you know, why we say this is because when you really grasp that Bitcoin is the truth and is the real measuring stick, is the real unit of account, then you see that everything trends to zero against Bitcoin. We don't just say that to say that. We say that because we have a overstanding of what's really going on, and this is the only way that you should, in my opinion, be measuring what's going on. Look at this median household, 99%. If everything is dropping against BTC, but yet you look the other way around, based on the dollars, it's the complete opposite. Because the dollar is going to show you the complete opposite, because the dollars is actually, again, a flawed measure of a unit of measurement. So it's the complete opposite, right? Everything goes down against Bitcoin, and then if you look at it the opposite, Bitcoin's going up in dollar terms. I hope that makes sense. We're looking at crude oil, 99, everything, treasuries, 99%. NASDAQ, 99, 96%. Oh, my bad. We got U.S. real estate. Did we already see real estate? Oh, no, the median home, 99%. We got real estate, 99%. Total stock market, 98%. Total international stock, 98%. Commodities, 99%. Total bond market, 99%. MicroStrategy, 94%. Horizon. Just look at this, 5 years. It should have a 4 year. It should have 4, 8. It should have 1, 4, 8, 10 max, in my opinion. Because you have to cycle every 4 years, right? So you want to see 4-year cycle, 8-year cycle, 4, 8, 12, or maybe 10 and a 12. Right? So looking at the 5 year, everything is just cheaper. 61% cheaper. 76% cheaper. 56% cheaper. Meanwhile, in your dollars, I'm pretty sure houses went up a lot more over the last 5 years, right? Even though there's no reason for the real estate market to really be going up that much. It's not really the market or the real estate market really going up in price. Again, it's the value of your dollar going down, which is something that we've explained many, 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 many times. And you should grasp that, right? And not confuse what's really going on. Because a lot of people are just oblivious to what's really going on, right? Well, this is hilarious. Hit that like, share, subscribe for me, please. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like for me. If you're watching on X, hit that share. Hit that share button for your boy. All right, cool. So let me go back to CoinGlass because I know you guys didn't see that. So let me go back. Here it is. My apologies for not having the screen up. I should have been paying attention. So I'm sorry about that. So here I was talking about the liquidation heat map. And then I'll go back to the previous page as well. Give me no data, man. Give me my data. Okay. All right, so this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. My bad. Here you see the liquidation level for the long for the shorts right here. Oh, we're now at 12 billion. 12 billion for the shorts at 100,000, and then we have 1.88 billion at 75,000. So this is what I was saying earlier, and again, this is what I used in conjunction with the levels and TA and the overall market, and if Donald Trump is saying anything or Powell speaking or whatever the case may be, what year is it in the cycle, right? Because we have the halving coming up in 2 years, right? So you have to understand where we're at, and you have to look at the charts and make educated decisions and educated guesses based on your knowledge, right? And I'm only just trying to give you guys my POV of things, even though I don't really come on and talk too much about a lot of this stuff because I've been talking about the stuff for years, right? So I shout out to Max and Stacy for having the endurance and just the patience to be talking to some people, to everybody, which is fine. I don't mind talking to people, but it's annoying trying to explain stuff to people that a lot of people just don't get it, still. And I'm like the king of explaining things simply, right? Because even on Clubhouse days, right? Anytime anybody would start getting technical, everybody would laugh. Anytime I cut them off, because they'd be like, "Yo, bro, we like there's levels to this, bro." And the majority of people don't want to hear the technical. They can't even, they don't even know. They're not. People are very smart, and then there's people that are not so tech savvy. And when it comes to money, then they have nothing. They don't have any sense of what money is because we've been programmed and lied to, and we have this dollar that's been strong for the last 50 years, whatever, 100 years, whatever. And then now we're just now coming up to the our parents had the good times, the 80s, the 90s were pretty good, even like to the the 2010s, right, 2015. I feel like everything was good until 2020. You feel me? And that's when they started to print more money, right? But I can definitely tell over time that the money was losing value. And if you don't understand that by now, and you're complaining and thinking that getting another job is going to help you, then you're in deep trouble because again, jobs are going to be taken away due to AI. Let's look these things up, man, because I don't just be talking, guys. I know what I'm talking about, and whenever I talk, I hope some people listen. Because I've been telling y'all to learn your rights. They over here violating your rights left and right. I told y'all can fix your credit, and that you guys can get money to buy assets and to buy Bitcoin and to start a business and to start cash flowing. Use that to buy Bitcoin and be wise with it, doing it that way. Obviously, utilizing what I just said, looking at the markets, timing the market, trying to see what's going on. It's 0% interest. You're borrowing money for free, right? Being smart with it. You can do a loan at even if you do a loan at what 10%, right? Even 15%. If Bitcoin goes up 30%, 100%, you subtract whatever it is that you owe and you keep the remainder. Like, and people are so people are hesitant to do that, but are not, and say that's risky, but they don't know that AI is coming for your job, and that's not risky. Um, it's coming for your job. The AI transformation is transforming the workshop. Because even like me, right? Because I have like a couple things that I'm working on, right? I'm doing real estate development right now. These are multi-million dollar properties that I'm working on. So those things are not going to be taken away. However, if you're not starting your own business or like creating value, something that AI can't do. I mean, like I said, AI is not going to be able to be plumbers, right? Open up a plumbing business. AI is not going to be able to do. I mean, robots can do building stuff around in houses. So uh, I don't know, man. We don't know, man. Let me just continue. AI is transforming the workforce by automating routine, data-driven, and administrative tasks, putting roles like data entry, customer service, and entry-level programming at high risk. While 92 million jobs could be displaced by 2030, AI is creating new roles in AI development and management. Success requires adapting through upskilling and leveraging AI to enhance rather than replace human capabilities. All right, so boom. AI is definitely coming for your job, um, especially them customer service jobs, especially y'all rude ass customer service jobs. I can't wait to get y'all up out of there. But I actually do hate calling a place and then you have to talk to a robot and you got to touch the keypad. I definitely miss the days where you could just speak to somebody. It's a lot easier. But again, the businesses are going to do what's best for the business, right? So what I do like is I do like Grok. Uh, and I feel like Grok is a little bit better to ask questions on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, and that's the thing, guys. You have to ask better questions, and your AI is only going to be as smart as you are. So again, I appreciate you guys liking and sharing and retweeting the live stream. I appreciate you guys because again, I'm just telling you guys my point of view, and I think I'll be pretty early. Obviously, I'm pretty early in a lot of things because I sound crazy, and a lot of people that are pretty early that can see things often sound crazy. But I appreciate the support and the love and the likes and the shares. And it's 2026, so I'm trying to be on social media a little bit more because I got burnt out from years of talking every single day on Clubhouse. So now it's like I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be on the phone with nobody. I don't want to do nothing, right? But I still got to help people out because there's still so many people that are not privy to what's going on. And even though I have how many tweets, I don't know. It's going to show me my tweets on the app. I've been on Twitter since 2009, so it is what it is. But let's see. Let's see. So I asked how many jobs are going to be taken by AI on Google. So I want to ask the question better, right? So approximately by the year 2028, how many jobs will be taken over by AI, and what is the turning point? What's the growth and what's the growth rate of AI, and how powerful will it be by 2030? That's what I would ask, right? I'll just be asked a little bit better. I don't like Google. Gemini's all right. But again, I like using the LLMs such as Claude. I like Chat. I like DeepSeek. But you got to program these AIs, bro. And if you've been watching any of my videos, then you know how I talk to AI. You know how I fact check AI, and they have different like on ChatGPT, they got 5.1 and 5.2, which is just trash. I like 4.0. But again, once the people start utilizing it for their benefit, they start putting railroads up. They start like giving you wrong information, and you're not supposed to be relying on AI for all the information. You're supposed to use it to help you formulate, and you can do data research across all the LLMs, so that way you can compare and contrast their answers and see, and do your own research and make the right decision based on that, right? But I digress. By 2028, there's no single precise global figure for jobs taken over. I know that by AI, as most forecasts emphasize tasks / occupation, exposure, transformation, or partial automation, rather than outright replacement. Uh, Actual net replacement depends heavily on adoption speeds, reskilling, economic growth, new job creation, and AI adjacent fields. Goldman Sachs. So let's see. It says key estimates include Goldman Sachs update analysis 2025. AI could automate 25% of the global / U.S. work hours task equivalent, with only 6% of the workforce, 2.5% proportional job losses, but permanently displacing over the broader adoption period. Years late into 2020s, 2030s, early 2023, estimates 300 million full-time equivalent jobs globally explode remain widely cited, but are potential impact rather than realized full displacement by 2028. Up to 30% of the current U.S. workforce work hours, automatable by 2030. 30% midpoint. Gen AI versus 21% without. 11.8 million workers in shrinking occupations, especially office support, customer service, food service, and production may need to transition by 2030. So, that's what I was going to say. So even though I'm doing things like, so I have a few business ventures that I'm going to be starting up and working on, and one of them is a coffee shop. Now, if you're familiar with what, not only I've said and what I think Andrew Tate did say this as well, and there's another guy that I follow. He's in Dubai. I forgot his name. Um, if you follow what a lot of people that know what's going on, a lot of people are not going to want to start businesses, right? Or it's going to be like, why would you start a business when you could outperform everybody and everything by just buying and holding Bitcoin, right? So yes, I agree with that 100%. But then what are you going to do, right? You have to find a hobby and stuff, right? And you have to find something to do, whether that be starting a business, for an example. We're going to use that as an example, right? So what I wanted to do is, hey, what I'm going to do is, hey, I'm going to start a coffee shop, right? And the coffee shop is going to be the next generation of coffee shops, right? Because it's not going to be just a normal coffee shop, right? It's going to be your futuristic, uh, automated. It's going to be robots serving you your coffee, right? It's going to be a chill. It's going to be like a nice big. It's going to be a luxury, huge, like coffee shop. I was like, it's going to be so fire, but there's not going to be really too many humans in there, right? It's going to be coffee machines where you just order your coffees. It's going to be. It's just like a new age and a newer, up to date, modern, futuristic, luxury coffee shop, right? And because I know that AI and tech is going to take over, so why don't you just implement those things now, right? Why don't you implement those things into your business now, or incorporate that into a business that you're going to create or want to create, and do that now, and then set up, Lightning Network, set up Bitcoin payments and offer discounts, and you don't have to worry about the transaction fees or the chargebacks for your business by simply implementing a Bitcoin standard, right? And on top of that, again, you'll be the world. I'll be the world's richest coffee shop owner by simply adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet, and don't really have to do anything else. So uh, I say that to say, hey, once you are in Bitcoin and you get to a level, it's really about improving your health, spending time with your family, and creating value for other people, right? Because that's why I have the credit restoration business, because I understand, hey, yeah, you can go around with bad credit, but you're going to pay more for everything, right? So why would you pay more for everything when you can fix your credit, pay less for everything, take the savings, throw it into Bitcoin? Boom. On top of that, you open up an LLC, and then or S corp or C corp, and you get corporate credit or business credit, and then you use that to start the business, start the cash flow, take some of those proceeds or some of that capital, and then dump it into a Bitcoin strategic reserve or your treasury for your business, and just let that play out, right? And so you can implement these things into your business, right? And I'm gonna see if I can find the video. I have chat right here. I have not chat, Grok. By 2030, AI is vastly more. By 2030, AI is projected to be vastly more powerful, automating 25 to 40% or more of work task hours globally. So, you feel me? I ask better questions, gonna give me a little bit of better answers. Obviously, we don't have the answers, and we don't know. I'm just asking like estimates. I should have probably been a little bit more specific, because I know that it gave me a statement here saying that, yeah, there is no single precise global figure. Of course, I should have said estimate, which I didn't do, but we're just doing some research here. So let me see how big Grok is. Michael Saylor said, if you want to be the richest dentist, I wish I had this video saved somewhere, but I don't remember. All you need to do is can you find that video or explain what you meant by that? For my live stream in simple English, and then with examples. So Grok, I rocks with Grok, because again, you can ask Grok in chat or in on Twitter, like what the videos talking about, and Grok is going to be able. Look at this. 21 ways to wealth keynote speed. Look at that, bro. See, this is why I rocks with Grok. You feel me? Look at this. You can't ask ChatGPT this. Or maybe I can. But I don't think it's going to give me. It's not going to be able to do this. I've been using ChatGPT for a while. I know it's not able to do this. So Michael Saylor said this or very close in his 21 Ways to Wealth keynote speech, Bitcoin Conference 2025. The most complete version is here. Maybe we can watch that. Yep, the dentist example starts around 21. Look at that, bro. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The power of AI. I don't even remember the video, but it brought up the video. It brought up the link. It gives a look at this, direct quotes from the. So I was going to go to the video, but I'm not even going to go to the video because it pulled it up right here. So I am going to save the video because I want to clip it. I'm going to post it on Twitter and everywhere on my social media. But for the most part, look at this direct quote / paragraph from the speech. If you are a look at this. Yo, shout out to Grok, yo. I just love it. I just love that. I just love how you see how I just said that? And it found it for me. Right? And then I'm pretty sure it's going to bring some examples. Look at that, bro. Look at this. This is how you're supposed to use chat. This is how you're supposed to use Grok. This is how you're supposed to use Claude. And because I've been suing and helping with legal stuff, I don't give legal advice at all. I give lawful awareness and I advise people of their rights and what they're able to do. But because I know my rights and I know the law, I use these LLMs, which a large language model, which is your AI, right? I use that to help me formulate or to help me structure or to help provide a template for my legal paperwork, right? For my administrative work, right? So you could ask it to help you with your business plan, right? You can ask it how to do everything that I'm telling you to do, right? So we have the technology in our fingertips, but it's about taking the action. But I digress. Let me continue. I just love that Grok did that for me. I thought this was so dope, and I find that very powerful, especially since there's thousands upon thousands of videos in general, and then Michael Saylor has hundreds of videos of him talking about Bitcoin. So imagine me trying to find the video, right? Because I don't know what video it was, right? So it found the video. That's fire. Shout out to Grok. If you're a dentist and you make $200,000 a year in cash flow, you can buy 200,000 of Bitcoin every year for 20 years, and that's not a bad idea. You'll be the richest dentist on your block, but you can incorporate the dental practice, get it valued at 5 times cash flow, 1 million, sell 33% of shares for 500,000. Use that to buy Bitcoin. After a year, raise another. This is exactly what he's doing. After a year, raise another 500,000 at 2, 3, 4 times the valuation. Wait another year, raise another 3 million. You'll be the first billionaire dentist on your block. See what I'm saying? You incorporate the same thing into your business. So what he meant in simple English. This is why it's like people don't understand what Saylor's doing. And it's because we just don't understand the language of money and how these systems work and how securities work and how debt notes work and how convertible notes work and how you're able to borrow against the value of your 2 to 3 times value of your actual cash flow. If you understood this, which is exactly what he's doing, then you would understand a little bit more about what he's doing and how he's doing it and why you should also incorporate it. And you don't have to be a mega corp like he is to implement these things, because you can do the same thing with business credit, which I've showed time and time again. So here, what he meant is Saylor's core idea. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Somebody needs to see this. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Hit that like, share, subscribe. All right, hit that like. Plain English. Bitcoin has grown in value much faster and bigger than almost any regular business or traditional investment, and that's a fact. So don't just throw your business. So don't just grow your business slowly. Keep all the money inside of it or in a low return savings. Use the business as a tool to generate cash and raise extra money from investors and loans. What did I just say? This is exactly what I just said earlier. Start a business that cash flows. Use the cash flow to buy Bitcoin. This is exactly what I just said. And to be honest with you, I was doing this before Sailor, but I'm not. I'm not like I'm not doing it to the tone to the tune of billions of dollars, which you know I want to do the same thing that he's doing, right? Everybody should want to do what he's doing. So I'm learning and utilizing AI to help me implement these things into my future businesses, like the coffee shop that I just talked about. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, use your business as a tool to generate cash and then raise money, extra money. So cash, you generate cash and then you raise extra money from investors or loans. Then put as much as possible into Bitcoin for faster wealth. Debt basic version: your dental office makes 200K profit a year after paying staff, rent, etc., etc. Instead of spending it or putting it in a bank, which loses value to inflation, buy Bitcoin every year for 20 years. If Bitcoin keeps strong, you'll have a lot of money and enough to be the richest dentist and maybe 10 or hundreds of millions. Absolutely. Advanced version to billionaire level. Turn your dental office into this is what I was just talking about earlier. That's why I said get a C Corp or S Corp, because then you can do what Sailor's doing, because you can't do that with an LLC. So you incorporate it and you turn it into an S Corp or C Corp. You value the company at 5 times yearly profit equals $1 million. Sell the piece of ownership, 33% of the shares, to outside investors who like the idea of Bitcoin exposure. This gives you $500,000 in cash right now. Put that $500,000 into Bitcoin. The company now owns Bitcoin, so its value jumps. Investors pay more for Bitcoin treasury companies. Next year, sell more shares. This is exactly what he's doing. Raise money at a higher company valuation, another 500K, later 3 million. Invest it all into more Bitcoin. Rinse and repeat. Use the equity, selling shares and credit, borrowing to pull way more money than your two. This is exactly what I said. This is exactly what I said. Y'all be working at your job, making the same amount of money, but you could be utilizing simple strategies like borrowing. Because if you don't have a S corp, C corp, or you don't know what to do with this, this is a little bit over the average. This is high level business, SEC registration fees, all that stuff that come along with it. So I'm not even talking about that, but here it says credit, right? I'm talking about you being able to do it on the smaller scale that the average person can do. Because if I did it, you could do it. I got my brother business credit. I got plenty of my clients business credit. I got myself business credit, and there's proof of that online. So it's not like I'm just anything that I'm telling you guys to do or recommend that you do or that I'm talking about. I've done it myself, and I have proof of it. So I don't talk about things that I don't do. I've helped people fix their credit. I fix my own credit. I help people get business credit. I've got business credit. I've sued the banks and sued Experian and TransUnion, and I've I've won. I mean, and you don't see them winning because we settle out of court, but I have experience doing that. Everything that I pretty much talk about, I do. I don't talk about and you guys, if you know me, you guys know if I don't know something, I tell you guys straight up I don't know, which is why a lot of people, rocks with me, because even in Clubhouse days, I know a lot about Bitcoin, but I'm not like the expert on mining, and I'm not the expert on, certain things, right? So I'm not afraid and not ashamed to say I don't know. I don't know, bro. If I don't know, I don't know, bro. I'll tell you I don't know. I'm honest about that. But I do know that what I'm talking about is real because I've done it. And even Grok here says credit, borrowing to pull in more money than your job or salary alone than stacking into Bitcoin, because I understand or understand that that's what you can do to, get you to the next level, because you working at your job or you just doing Uber Eats or doing Lyft or whatever it is that you're doing, that's okay. But if you can do more and do better and be better, then do more, be better, and do better. Why would you not? Why would you get this information that I'm telling you for free on live and then not take action on it, right? Why would you not take notes and say, okay, well, damn, what's Chris talking about business credit? Damn, oh, let me go check out his Instagram. Oh yeah, oh damn, he's been talking about Bitcoin for years. Oh damn, he's been talking about credit for years. Oh damn, you feel me? Like, go do your research. And I'm not the only person fixing credit or does business credit. I'm just saying, I'm probably the only person that you know of, right? Talking about it in this way because other people utilize it to start businesses and do other things with the capital. I'm telling you to utilize the capital and do what MicroStrategy is doing, or do it on a smaller level and just, start a business and put it into, just use it as your treasury, just use it as something. You got to do something. I'm just trying to help y'all out. So here it says result. You end up with far more Bitcoin than the basic version. And because Bitcoin can raise dramatically, historically 100% per year, and built in bull cycles, though with big drops, you reach billionaire status while running a dental practice. So this is how you become a billionaire, by being a dentist. This is how you become a billionaire, by owning a coffee shop. Imagine a coffee shop, and I've been looking at the numbers on here. I can do, I think the coffee shop numbers was around 200,000 because I'm going to be implementing a subscription type. I'm going to have different tiers. I'm going to have wine night and all types of dope stuff, right? Because this is what you're able to do when you have freedom and time to think, right? You have time to read the law, know your rights. You know, you have time to make businesses that can. A lot of people love coffee, right? A lot of people love coffee shops, right? They hang out at coffee shops. So I want to make a super dope luxury, on top of that, still modern coffee shop, bro. And it's gonna have robots in it because robots is coming to take your jobs anyway. So I'm not about to hire nobody. I'm about to hire robots. And now that's more money that I can use to buy more Bitcoin, and then I'll be the first billionaire coffee shop, right? Boom. You feel me? And that's just the coffee shop. You can be the billionaire dentist. You can be the billionaire uh, plumber, roofer. Oh, look at it. It's plumber, right? I didn't even see that. Yo, a coffee shop. Yo, what is it? Yo, this is crazy, bro. Look at this. It says coffee shop. Did I say anything about coffee up here? I didn't say a thing about coffee. And look what it said, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you call alignment, and this is how you know that I know what I'm talking about. Which you should know that I know what I'm talking about because I'm Bitcoin Chris and I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I digress. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, man. What did you do differently? You collaborate with others and shared part of the profits with them, which is what Michael Saylor says. He says, do investors and buy Bitcoin and then share the profits with them because 50% or 30% of a watermelon is more than 100% of a grape. So share and, get investors money if you're able to do so. If not, do the LLC route that I'm telling you, right? And look it up for yourself. Don't take anything I'm saying at face value. Go look it up for yourself. Right? I'm human. I can make mistakes, but I know what I'm talking about. This applies to any business. The principle is the same whether you're a dentist, plumber, lawyer, coffee shop owner, mechanic, or software company. It's so funny that it said plumber, and it's so funny that it said coffee shop. And I wasn't even looking at. I was reading up here. I didn't see this until just now. So, example, plumber. Your business clears 150K profit a year. Incorporated. Raise 300K. By selling 25% to investors who want Bitcoin upside, buy Bitcoin with it, company valuation raises with Bitcoin. And this is exactly what Grant Cardone is doing now, right? After I done told this man live several times, not only on Clubhouse, but on Spaces, hey, you should probably buy Bitcoin. It's probably a good idea. What did he do? Ignored it for years. And now he's buying Bitcoin higher, which he buys at the price he deserves. And now he's implementing this type of strategy into his business, because again, Michael Saylor. So if you know, and once you know better, you better do better, and if not, that's on you. Coffee shop. Okay, raise capital BTC, you become the richest plumber or multimillionaire billionaire faster than just expanding trucks, vans slowly. Because again, it's only so much you're going to be able to do, and you can amplify your growth pretty much. Across the board. Coffee shop, crazy. I was talking about a coffee shop, now look at it. I'm talking about a coffee shop. Generate cash flow from sales. Instead of opening up 5 more locations, raise investor money or debt against the business, buy Bitcoin on the balance sheet, the Bitcoin treasury makes your company more attractive to investors, bigger raises, bigger Bitcoin, more Bitcoin holdings, explosive growth like MicroStrategy did with the software. Any business, don't reinvest every dollar into a slow growth operations or hold cash, which loses to inflation. Use the business to create cheap capital, equity, or loans. Deploy it into Bitcoin, the fastest appreciating asset ever on Earth, planet Earth, and share some of the upside with partners and lenders and investors. Absolutely. Sailor's own company does it does exactly this. What I just said, bro. They sell software, raise billions, sells debt stock, buys massive amount of Bitcoin. Company market value rocketed. And even if it's going down right now, they own the Bitcoin and they're up billions, right? If I'm not mistaken. So the show the YouTube clip 21 to 20 key lines, then walk through the dentist example with simple numbers. On the screen, mention is high risk. Bitcoin is volatile, can crash hard, but not financial advice. Past performatism. Yeah, you got to do your little disclaimer. Emphasize the mindset shift. Treat your business as capital. Raising money machine for superior asset Bitcoin instead of slow growing growth in the end. This strategy assumes Bitcoin continues growth. Absolutely, is going to continue. It's absolute scarcity. You feel me? So if you ain't learned nothing from me ever, I mean, you should have learned about the UCC from me. You should have learned about if you have debt right now, you shouldn't have any debt right now because I showed you how to. First of all, I showed you that debt collectors can't even collect from you, according to the FDCPA. But that's another story. And I already did a video on that, or I did a tweet on that. Even if you have the negative vibes on your credit, I showed you guys how to remove it off your credit. You guys can hire me. I'll help you remove your credit, remove it off your credit, right? Right? I've taught you guys about accord and satisfaction, how to settle debts with accord and satisfaction lawfully. This is all law, like everything I'm telling you guys. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not talking out of my, you know what. You should learn that you should have been learned as a business owner. You should be accepting Bitcoin and Lightning Network, especially if you have high ticket items, especially if you deal with low ticket items, because these people that are low ticket items have a poor mindset. And typically, if they don't like what you're doing or they don't find the results because they don't put in the work, they like to do what? Chargebacks. And so, you don't want to have to be dealing with chargebacks. And guess what? Bitcoin eliminates all chargebacks, my guy. You feel me? So you should learn. You definitely should have learned that from me, right? You should have learned about the business credit from me because I've been talking about these things for years, right? You should have learned that 401ks are scams. Why 401ks scams? It's because even though they're giving you a match, guess what? By the time you take it out, it's going to be taxed. Also, there's fees associated with it. So the fees are going to eat up at your profits. On top of that, you're basing everything on a dollar that is losing value. So you're absolutely doing everything backwards from the get-go. And that's what you guys don't understand. Maybe not you guys listening, but the majority of people, right? And even last night, talking to a young buck, talking to the young bucks, he's like, yo, what's that on your face? Because I be forgetting I have a Bitcoin tattoo on my face. He's like, yo, what's that on your face? I'm like, yo, Bitcoin tattoo, why? Oh, snap. He's like, what? He said he works 2 jobs. He works as a car mechanic, and then he does something else. I'm like, bro, first of all, you should trade, and you need to save in Bitcoin, and you'll be all right. And it's like, I broke it down to him. He kind of he was 21. These are young bucks. I wish somebody would have sat me down at 21, or some fly dude. You feel me? Some fly dude would have been like, yo, bro, hey, bro, check out this buy some Bitcoin, bro. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Yo, buy some Bitcoin, yo. Definitely check out the opportunities here. Definitely learn how to trade, yo. Start your own business, yo. I wish people would start saying that more instead of saying go get a job and go to school. My bad. That's the video from Michael Saylor's keynote. Yeah, keynote speech. The link that I just clicked, so I clicked on it. My bad, and it opened up. So my bad if that scared y'all. I apologize for that. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to all 57 people tuned in, listening. I don't know when you guys tuned in. In the beginning of this actual live stream, I did the TA on Bitcoin and where I think it's going to go. We looked at MicroStrategy. We looked at DXY. We looked at CoinGlass. We also looked at, I think that's about it. But now we're looking at, and I explained a little bit about my, my businesses, my outlook on things and how my point of view on things. And then I also jumped into here and asked Grok a couple questions, right? Because, I'm only really here to try to help people out. I can only help those who want to help themselves. I can only lead a horse to water. We can't make them drink. And I've been saying the same things for years, right? Because the truth never changes. It's the lies that do. So everything that I've been saying to you guys has been the same. Or if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. I'm not talking about that. But everything that I've been saying to you guys, I've been saying the same things for literally years on years on years on years. And I feel like it falls on deaf ears because a lot of people complain about the situation that they're in versus, looking at all the opportunities that are available for you and actually putting in the work. Now, I did drop some articles, so we'll jump into that real quick because these articles, I'm gonna start posting little articles here and there, which are, pretty dope in my opinion, because it's gonna break down, my POV and my thoughts on things, right? And here we're talking about, I think this is it's about debt collectors, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, bro. 71 million Americans have debt collectors breathing down their necks, right? And 367,000 families are losing their homes to foreclosure this year. Did you guys know that once your home is foreclosed, well, first of all, you can fight the foreclosure, which I'm helping to do with one of my clients right now, right? One of my clients didn't know what to do. And usually, that's why I keep trying to tell you guys, yo. If you don't know how to respond to a lawsuit, you're going to lose by default. In Florida, they just made changes to the law, the rules of civil procedure. So there's a little bit of changes where they can't just automatically default you anymore. They have to give you notice, like a second notice, to give you an opportunity to be heard or to respond back. But again, I don't think it's really going to change much because if you don't know how to respond, if you don't know how to draft an answer, an affidavit, which you can Google or ask Chat or ask Grok how to do these things, then you're going to be in the situation, right? So this client of mine, we're in this group, and he has seen my post talking about how I can help people out with their foreclosure. He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, they trying to foreclose on the crib." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Do you know what's going on with securitization? Do you know what's going on with the MERS? You know what's going on with a lot of things that you have, mortgage-backed securities. Are you familiar with these things?" He's a little bit familiar with it, but he don't know, right? Obviously, that's why they're hitting me up, right? So typically, the average person does not respond to these lawsuits, right? Because it's a lawsuit brought by the lien holder or whoever the case. Pretty much is basically MERS, and from what I've been seeing, right? MERS, MERS, right? So what I've been doing is, for him, I explained to him, hey, he explained to me what he wanted to do. I helped him out, provided him with the information. He filed his paperwork, and instead of him losing by default for not answering, because that's how they get off on everybody, is they get you by not responding by default, and by you not knowing what's going on, they take advantage of so many families, right? And instead of him getting a default judgment or him just losing the crib right away, guess what? Now he has a hearing because we brought up all the lawful things, right? Like it being an encumbered, for them to transfer it, first of all, to a trust, which is how they securitize all these things, right? Mortgage-backed securities. It must be already paid for. You can't put things up for collateral that you don't own. So you don't know that you own the properties. So you got to bring up. It's a ton of different things. We did a lot of paperwork, but I say that to say he has a hearing, and they're going to have to provide the documents that he requested in his discovery, and yeah, and his hearing is not till April, right? So he got plenty of time. He has plenty of time to study. I'm going to be helping him, and guess what? That's one person that I help, with their foreclosure. So that means he can stay in his home. And I'm not telling you guys, and I'm not saying this to say you shouldn't pay or whatever the case may be, because if you don't understand the actual process of what's going on, um, then you don't know that you already paid for your house. But I've gone over these things before. I'm not going over that now. So there's a lot of people going through foreclosures, and a lot of people have debt collectors. So I did this little article, let you know, hey man, these are the stats, right? These are the statistics that I was able to find, and I made a little article about it. Boom. I've been telling people about Bitcoin and IULs for a couple years now. So what you would do is, implement the IUL, and you finesse, right? Go read the article. We're not going to go into that. I've gone over that many times, many, many times. And then Edie Kornick's case, right? This lady was in trouble for helping somebody, and they tried to sue her because they said she was practicing medicine, practicing practicing medicine without a license or whatever the case may be. And she basically said, yo, y'all don't got the right to tell me what I can and can't do because I was born from God, and God is you know, God is the creator of man, and man creates government. So a lot of y'all be getting it confused when the government be trying to tell you to do things uh, that's not lawful, or that's not warranted, or that's not necessary. Again, you don't need a marriage license. You don't need a fishing license. You don't need a gun permit or a license. If the Constitution says you have a right to bear arms, why the hell do you need a license? When you get married in the court, you making a contract with your spouse, and in the government. And that's why when y'all get divorced, half your shit gets taken away, and the courts can enforce it. You're supposed to do an affidavit of marriage. Keep it private. You don't need to be doing all that stuff. But everybody's so incorporated and so used to doing things one way. Like everybody's so used to using the dollars that they don't understand that Bitcoin is the way out. That's what I'm trying to tell you with these other things. You're so used to paying for things with a promissory note that you don't even know that you can use the same promissory note, another promissory note, to take care of whatever it is that you promised to pay, or you can just do for value for equal for for value and consideration, right? Crazy. So she basically said God is her counsel, right? They tried to give her an attorney or a lawyer, and she said no. Her counsel is God. You can't tell me what to do because God is the highest authority, right? They use the Bible in the courthouse. You're not supposed to swear on the Bible. You're supposed to affirm, because in the Bible it says you're not supposed to swear, right? You got to learn about common law, the Ten Commandments. You feel me? You have inalienable rights that you're born with. But y'all don't even know there's a difference between a U.S. citizen and an American, bro. I be trying to tell y'all, bro. Y'all don't listen, bro. Y'all don't listen. They be doing the shit that they do to you because you don't listen and you don't know your rights and you don't know the law. There is a difference between a U.S. citizen and an American, right? And that's why they can rope your ass up and do what they do to you. Now, if you know your place and you know your authority, your rights, you know who you are, then when they do violate, what do? You sue. You sue that ass, boy. Or don't. Do whatever you want to do, man. I'm just trying to help. Let me look at these stocks. Let me look at these options, man, because I've been trading options. I gotta get a new fund account. Oh, all right. So cool. Let me see if I can find anything to touch on before we end here today. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys tuned in with me here today. Let me just scroll through one more time because I think I've been on here for a nice little hour now. But let me see if I can find anything else that I want to talk about before we end today's live. But yeah, Bitcoin's on sale, man. Don't be scary. Don't be scary. Yeah, shout out to Simon. I rock with Simon. Of course, shout out to Max. Of course, shout out to Corey. Of course, shout out to everybody in the space. Again, if you need these items deleted, send me a DM and say, hey, Chris, I need help with business credit. Hey, Chris, I need help with. You can't get no business credit if your personal credit is messed up. So that's why there's levels to it. So if you have collections on your credit report, get it cleaned up, right? And even if you don't want to do business credit, get a personal credit card, and then Donald Trump said they're going to cap it at 10% or whatever the case may be for like a year or whatever. Utilize the capital to buy some Bitcoin or start a business. That's what I would do. Boom. I have a ton of new music coming out, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's right here. And then also subscribe to this YouTube channel. But I got a lot of dope music that has came out over the last few months. We have the first Christian. I've never heard Christian house music, so I made Christian house music. It's called House of Jesus. It's fire. I highly recommend you go check it out. I would appreciate it if you check it out, add it to YouTube, add it to your Apple Music or Spotify playlist. That would mean a lot. If you like Christian, if you're Christian, if not, cool. It's all good. But even if you like house, it's not like it's so good. It's not your average like Christian music, guys. Like it's something that's super fire, and I think you guys would like it. Especially if you believe in God, right? You don't got to be I'm not saying to be crazy or nothing like that, but if you like Christian music, it's fire. I'm trying to tell you. The second album that was dropped was last year and this all was dropped within the last couple months, so these are all pretty new. It's called House of Satoshi. It's house music. I like house music, so I've been on my house music trip lately, so everything is pretty much house related now, but I also have rap on there too, and then I have like an island vibe album coming out. I have the Bitcoin rap album coming out. So all these things are coming out. So yeah, we got Oh My God, we got Forever, we have Found You Again, we got Bitcoin Love, we have Crypto Nights, we got the original Drank Up, which is fire. We got the Bitcoin Country EP that I made. You feel me? So I'm doing rap, I'm doing country, I'm doing house. You feel me? And I'm doing like island music. And it's all thanks to, Suno, and obviously me, and me. Shout out to Oliver. Check out his Jeff Booth video. Retweet that. We're not talking Jeff Booth. I chatted with Jeff Booth a while ago. I see Jeff Booth is a little bit more active on Twitter, so I'm glad he is because I know he'd be over on Oster. Another service that I've been wanting to help people out with. I don't really push it too much, but I know I got to start promoting all the things and services that I offer to people. Is that if you want to create, here it is right here. I love this video. If you want to create content for your business, right? I do the prompt writing, bro. If you guys have not gone to my Sora account and seen all the videos that I created using AI, then I highly recommend that you do it. I need to tag. What I need to do is what's his name had a video about kidneys. Lawrence said something about kidneys, so I gotta share this with Lawrence. So funny, and I thought this was funny. Shout out to Black Regal. kidney trending to zero versus Bitcoin. And that's a fact. And it's funny as hell, but it's a fact. Lawrence, I don't even remember his last name. What's Lawrence's last name? I gotta find his joint, so I'll come back to that. Is he off of Twitter? What's Lawrence's Twitter, bro? I don't know. I need to send him. Oh, there it is. Didn't I just type that in? All right, cool. Cool. So shout out to Jeff Booth, Lawrence, everybody that's in the space. Take your time, do your due diligence. Everything that I talked about today, go look it up for yourself. I have a ton of videos on my channel, so make sure you guys go check out the channel because if you want to learn about helping getting out of debt, or if you want to learn the law, I went over a lot of stuff. This actual YouTube channel is about 3 years old, I think. Let me see. Yeah, this channel was actually 3 years old, or maybe 4 years old, because I wasn't really trying to be doing videos like that, but I started to do videos and then videos and then video and then video and then video and video. You know how it goes. So if you go to my videos and then you click on live streams and then you click on you can click on oldest. Click on oldest, and it'll pop up, and you'll see me with me and British talking 2 years ago. We got I have a video with Bitcoin Zay, Neil, Jump Out Girls, British again. We got Miss Teen Crypto 2 years ago. We got Jessica Hodler 2 years ago. We got the Sun Exchange. Talked about that 2 years ago. And I've been with the Sun Exchange since probably 2019. I forgot about the Sun Exchange. That means I got some BTCs chilling in that bit right now, bro. Crazy. Look at that. Forgot about that. We got how credit works 2 years ago. How long will it take you to save an extra 20,000? 2 years ago. 401k versus real estate, cash flow into BTC 2 years ago. Crazy. We did a Bitcoin talk with British and another Bitcoiner 2 years ago, probably 3 years ago. You're all front running BlackRock, and they don't like it. 2 years ago. What's next? Bitcoin 50K 2 years ago. Did you buy the dip 2 years ago? So go check out the live stream. Those are just Pastor Coin 1 year ago. Assets in arbitrage 1 year ago. I'm looking for the more lawful stuff. When I start talking about that law, Jake Fever 1 year ago. Bitcoin looking dumpy or discount on the way. Start your own credit repair business 1 year ago. The bill of exchange 1 year ago. Okay, so it's about a year ago I started talking about the bill of exchange, learning our rights. So from there, so boom. But yeah, that's all on the YouTube channel. Um, I'll come back to the Sun Exchange because if y'all don't know about the Sun Exchange by now, bro, I don't know what to tell you. This is the video with Michael Saylor talking about the dentist. But let's go to so I can show you guys because I'm looking at it on my phone. I was just smart man. Chris Johnson. I orange pilled this man. I don't care what nobody say. I orange pilled this man. All right. I got tweets showing while I was telling this man he's wrong. He needs to be Bitcoin only. All right. And now he's Bitcoin only. All right. So we're gonna go to live. Real Hard Money. This is fire. Go check that out. Putting your Bitcoin into a trust. I've been telling you guys to get your trust set up. We got Power of the Church Trust. You guys don't even know the Power of the Church Trust. The church is crazy. We were just talking about God. God is very powerful. You guys got to understand what's going on. We got Winter Park lawsuit filed. Jeff Booth, that was a year ago. Taxes is voluntary, it is. And now that y'all talking about taxes, now everybody mad about taxes. But I've been telling y'all taxes is voluntary, and then on top of that, I explained that they ain't even doing what they supposed to be doing with your taxes, tax money. But y'all don't listen, bruh. I know it sounds crazy to the person that don't read, bruh, but y'all need to read, bruh. Voluntary. Here it is, me with King Bless a year ago. I had to go back dark hair, cuz. Got that blonde on me right now. A court of satisfaction. That's how you settle your debts. How to beat a foreclosure. Where's that at? Right there. How to beat a foreclosure. IUL, infinite banking. A year ago. I think Nvidia was like the only stock that like did some numbers compared. Trump is back. Make fiat, buy Bitcoin. You feel me? So, boom, boom, boom. Talked about this with Alex about buying Bitcoin with business credit, and Alex didn't agree with that. I don't care. He's wrong. When Michael Saylor does it, it's okay. When I tell you and recommend that, everybody got a problem. It's okay. That's why y'all got no BTC now. That's why you don't have enough BTC now. You buying or crying. Bitcoin and business credit. How you can make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month. No Bitcoin, have fun staying poor. What's next? Pastor Corner. Bitcoin and arbitrage. Assets and arbitrage. New song updates. Christmas time. How to analyze your credit report. So there's a lot of things on here that you can read and learn about. Dips are for buying, not crying 2 years ago. Now I got a song called Dips are for buying, not crying. From 1K into cash flow. Boom. right. So obviously I've stepped up the game with the artwork, and I gotta actually do the artwork for these other joints right here. This. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different artworks that I gotta work on. But look at it. I don't really, obviously I don't care, right? So I'm just trying to put out the content. So yeah, hit that like and subscribe. That's the Bitcoin channel, and then we got the whoop, and then we got the 407. Then you guys got the music page. So just make sure you guys go hit that like and subscribe for your boy, and then go check out the music that I was talking about. 7 years ago, crazy. All right, so yeah, Bright Orange, Beautiful Future. I played that at the beginning of this live stream. New song just came out. We have House of Jesus, Fire, Bangers, boom. We have Home to You, House. This is rap. This is also House. House of Satoshi. We got Oh My God, which is rap. We got Forever, House. Found You Again, House. Bitcoin Love, rap. Bitcoin Party, rap. Crypto Nights, rap. Drink Up, rap. Bitcoin Country, this is Country EP. We got Cullinan, rap, country, rap. Cool. So, this is the music. With that being said, I'm gonna probably end off on Bitcoin Love, because that's probably one of my favorite jams. If I can get the restream and start acting crazy. All right, cool. So let me share this again, because I know that the audio is not going to work unless I redo it again. So let me do that. Boom. All right. So with that being said, I'm about to log out after the song and the outro is done. So yo, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. God loves you. I love you. May you be blessed always, and that you should have more Bitcoin than you had last month. Shout out to Simon. That you stack when you can, that you invest in, knowledge, and you learn, and that you read, and that you get off Twitter. Don't get too emotionally charged with these algorithms, because even it happens to me. You gotta get up off the app sometimes. You feel me? Especially nowadays, you gotta take a hiatus. You gotta relax. You gotta go outside, get some sun, touch grass, touch sand. Give thanks to the Most High, and just love yourself, and just do the best that you can. You feel me? So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I know I haven't been streaming too much lately, because we got lives, we got things to do, right? We have in lives, and I have a 15-year-old. You feel me? I have a 15-year-old. You feel me? So even me saying that is crazy. So I have a lot of responsibilities and things that I got to deal with, but I also want to make sure that I'm helping people out when I can. So shout out to everybody that's been supporting over the last years. Shout out to everybody that's new, don't know me, hate me, love me. It's all good. I'm only here to help those who want to help themselves. Stack your Bitcoin and chill. SwanBitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get $10 free Bitcoin. Click the link in the bio to check out all the services that I offer, including credit repair, business credit, trust formation. If you're being sued or you want to sue, I offer all those services. I have a private member association where we do everything privately through contracts, and it's not public, and everything's private. We do everything in the private, which means it's just not open to oversight, because you have a right to contract, and anything that we do in private, it's a contract. Then the government can tell you what you can't and can't do, as long as you're not breaking the law. You feel me? So with that being said, stack your Bitcoin and chill. Read, learn the law, learn your rights, study. Definitely, I recommend you trade options. I definitely recommend you trade crypto, and I definitely recommend you trade futures, and then use that money to buy Bitcoin. I definitely recommend that you start your own business, especially seeing how a lot of things are going to be changing in the future. And then utilize your personal credit to get business credit, and do exactly what we talked about, what Sailor does, right? You want to be the biggest or the most richest dentist, right? implement these things that I brought over in this video, and I'm sure you'll get there one day if you put your mind to it. So with that being said, Bitcoin Chris checking out. Peace. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bitcoin loving never fade. We build trust in every trade. You my coin, I got you safe. Coastal hard in a fireplace. Bitcoin love that crypto flame. You the code that run my brain. We don't crash, we just gain. Digital hard real game. You shine when the market low. Ride with me when the candle blow. Stay clean, now I balance glow. Bitcoin, baby, that's all I know, yeah. We stand love like Satoshi does. Never doubt, just faith and trust. What they spend, we building a just. Forever coin is us over us. Got a private key to your vibe. In a blockchain of my mind. Every ledger line you sign. We eternal, we align. Gonna flow with the Uzi, every beat like Kingdom Come. They trade lust, we trade love. Crypto kissing the rising sun. No bank can hold this love. God coded what we're made of. Forever fire, day of blood. Bitcoin, baby, that's us. Bitcoin, love it never fade. We build trust in every trade. You my coin, I got you safe. Coastal hard in a fireplace. Bitcoin, love that crypto flame. You the code that run my brain. We don't crash, we just gain. Digital hard real change. You the light in my ledger line. Crypto queen in the time. Bitcoin Chris to the end of time. Love so pure, it's verified. Love so pure, it's verified. Love so pure, it's verified.
I'll play one more. Should I do Badman or should I do a house song? What did I play earlier? I played Bright Orange Beautiful Future, and I don't know what else I played. You can play one more. I'm gonna play one more. I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs. Yo, I did a short earlier for RR, and RR is up 188% on a short on RR because I actually was long RR and I was up but I didn't sell, and then I got clapped, and now based on looking at the charts, that things have been ugly, so I went short and now I'm up 177%. Yes sir. All right, so we gonna break these chains, or we gonna do Never Lose Hope? We gonna do break chains. All right, and then after this I'm out, but I want y'all to hear this song. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and y'all take care.
I'm breaking all these chains in Jesus' name. Curses fall, the light remains. Grace overflow, I can't be tamed down. Rich and hot in Bitcoin gains. Freedom flowing, can't contain. Spirit fire in my veins. He broke the dead, he cleared the pain. I'm breaking chains in Jesus' name. Break it all, hallelujah, we free. No more fear, no more doubt. Every stronghold is crashing down. From the ashes, I'm reborn. He wore the crown. Yeah. Faith and truth, that's my goal. Every promise still untold. I'm walking wealthy. heaven's mine, my heart is whole. I've grown in His name, freedom reigns. I'm breaking all these chains in Jesus' name. Yeah. Curses fall, light remains. Break overflow, I can't be tamed. I'm rich in heart and Bitcoin gains. Freedom flowing, kicking ain't. Spirit fire in my veins. He broke the dead, He cleared the pain. I'm breaking chains in Jesus' name. We breaking through, no death, no shame. He reigns. Generational curse blessing. Learn the word, I learned my lesson. Truth and wealth, that's my confession. Faith progression. I'm about to no despair. Spirit flowing everywhere. He said, child, you're my heir, a kingdom share. Oh, I'm the heir of the throne. I'm the heir. Chains break, hearts awake. Every block a movie makes. Faith and